Oh, shit. Here we go again.
This is a certified hood classic.
Hey now.
Another one.
Arby's, we have the meats.
All rise, order in the court. It is it is time, and I guess we have a. Why is he a perv? Just because he has a popcorn machine like I do? Is that why?
I don't know. I saw that too. I was like, oh, this humble bragging son of a bitch.
Yeah, he just wants you to know that he's got a big old popcorn machine.
Who wants a bag of popcorn, dude? Anybody?
It makes very good popcorn, by the way. Nostalgia classics. Yes. Hello, Mello. Hello, everybody else, and welcome to our Tuesday.
TPO Tuesday. Everything we'll be looking at today are those old PPOs, TPOs, restraining orders, whatever you want to call them. Got 3 cases we'll hear today. And the first one does have a little bit of a sensitive subject matter, so I'm letting people know, trigger warning or whatever you want to call it. We will be discussing some sensitive type of stuff in that one. So,
oh yeah, Cheryl, buckle in. We got 2 other lives coming at you today,
Yes.
plus some premieres too. So,
Yeah. Premiere happening at 3 p.m. today, so be ready for that. But best thing to do is just to jump right in it with both feet and go with it.
One point you said you were served late, which is true, and all of that. But then you filed some stuff too, which I've looked at. And then my question is, if you want more time, you can have it. And so when people complain about service of late service, which I get, sometimes they'll ask more time to respond. And so I'm going to give you that opportunity if you want that. Otherwise, we'll just proceed with the hearing now.
Your Honor, I don't need it. I have nothing to present. I posted
So
the signs.
hang on.
I got nothing to present.
at least I showed up, Your Honor. I mean, just be happy about that. How about that? Giving you a chance to get out of a court date if you wanted it.
And they typically do if it's late service or they say, oh, I just got this yesterday. I need some time. But apparently he does not need time to prepare because, he's the one guy in the courtroom, by the way, is the guy who is Chris here is trying to get the PPO against. So, as the defendant, I guess he feels like, or respondent, whatever you want to call it, feels like he hasn't got nothing he needs to worry about.
So Mr. Stinton's here, and then
and my wife's here too, Your Honor.
Okay, you're the petitioner, and so
Yep.
Amber Stinton is also, and then I'll swear you in. I'll hear from you, and I'll hear from Amber Stinton also, Amber
Okay.
Lee Stinton, if she
Yep.
wishes to testify. I'll hear from Mr. McKenna, and then
Amber Lee, she must be from the Hickory area.
we'll go from there. Mr. McKenna,
off
you're
that
the file
hat.
things. Did you get a chance to look at that?
Nope. We had to certify by mail because we had several people go over there. Mason.
Okay, so I just asked if my question was only if you saw the things.
No, I have not.
People who wear Under
Well, I'll
Armour
hear from
hats
you, and then I'll hear from
shouldn't be wearing them in court.
and Ms. Stinton. Then I'll hear from Mr. McKenna, and then I'll have him explain to you what's there. There's some screenshots of some, I don't fully understand either, but you can. I'll hear from you. So, Mr. Stinton, could you raise your right hand? You swear and affirm the information and testimony you provide will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yeah, good luck with that. I saw some
How is it
storm
you
chasers
need
out in
an
the
order
water.
against
Was that a
Mr.
fart?
It was a chair.
First of all, I tried to get off registration, so he caught wind of that. This was a case that happened 23 years ago,
Oh my God.
and it was against his wife. She was underage, and some consensual stuff happened. There was no rape. There was no molestation. So then he went around and posted signs.
Let's
all
go ahead and stop right there. Just stop.
That was a chair also, just so you know.
So when he said, I was trying to get off registration,
Yeah,
he
I'm
means
guessing
the offender registration.
what I thought too.
He's trying to get off of that. He says that, and the offense happened all those years ago. 23, I think he said years ago.
23 years ago. In
Um,
the socks too, Triple H.
against that guy's now wife.
No.
So I'm guessing at the time that was not his wife, but now she is his wife because
Mhm.
they're saying it was a underage type deal, consensual.
No R word.
Yes, definitely not R word. There was nothing but love in that.
Yeah, that was
situation.
definitely the chair. That was the chair also.
So, and now we have an issue with him putting up flyers because he's not happy the guy was trying to get off the registration.
9 months, Amazon girl. Thank you. And all I can think of is like a couple of different grocery stores back in the day when I used to walk out. I used to have the big bulletin boards, you know, with like things on it.
Local pervert.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it looks so much like Dwight Schrute. It's crazy.
I was a molester. Put my address on there, all my information.
Ooh.
Kept doing it. I finally caught him. Got pictures of him.
Oh,
Caught him up on the pole. Was on dispatch. My wife was on the phone with 911 at the time that we had a met him, and he was sitting up there and posting signs and said he wasn't going to stop. He was threatening toward me.
Good. Thank you for the 2 bones. All right, so he's going the route of I guess putting him onto poles.
He's putting them on the poles, you know, like, oh, I see Prong is playing at Hooligans. Oh, what's this one around here? Local pervert likes children. What? What is this?
I would love to see a picture of the flyer, but
Even
I
put
don't think
him
we're
put
gonna
his address on there, which is really a step in the crazy direction, but we'll see.
see it.
I don't know whose side I want to be on.
It was 23 years ago, bro. Tiny Piggy, thank you for the $5.
Maybe it's a very like teenagers or something. Like she was 17, he was 20 or something.
Yeah,
We'll find out.
Let's hope it was at least.
His dog got out of the truck. I got pictures of his truck, his car, him, all this stuff. And it took me a while to catch him, but I have 13 signs which have razor blades on them, and I have pictures and police reports. They've come
They
over.
have razor blades on them. What the hell does that mean?
Is it like that hat we saw in that video that you could take off, had razor blades on it and fight people? Are we booby trapping them so that we cuts our hands when we try and take them down?
Maybe.
I don't know what the poles look like there that, you know, you put these bills on, but most of them have so many staples and things all in it. It's almost like a booby trap to even touch the pole in the first place.
Dennis, let's crack them open, man. The day is young. You can do 40, can't you?
Got all day, bud.
PBR.
Got nothing to do.
You'll be on the toilet bowl all day tomorrow, but still, it's it's
Just
good.
do it.
We're here 5 times. And I don't understand why he's doing that. I know his wife is the victim in this case, but I just don't understand why he would come after me. I never contacted her, never even seen her for 23 years. So for him to come out here and maliciously do that, it's pretty bad. Razor blades almost cut my wife's hand. I mean,
Wow. All right. You might be right then. He might have had him like booby traps, so you're not tearing them down to put up your garage sale sign.
Yeah, like I know he's gonna tear these down, and when he does, his hands will be ripped to shreds.
Well, there's quite a big difference between staples and razor blades.
Yeah, way big different.
And by the way, if he truly has not contacted her or been around at all for 23 years, come on.
You could okay, so you tape a razor blade to the back of the piece of paper.
Yeah.
Somebody reaches and grabs it and goes to crumble it up. It's gonna cut their hand. It's kind of ingenious if that's what he's talking about.
Yeah.
Guerrilla warfare, I believe they call that.
Yeah. No doubt.
that's pretty bad.
And
James.
then Ms. Stenton, is there
Chris.
anything you wish to say at this time? Is she
Bring it
there
on
with
us.
you, Mr. Stenton?
No, she's on her own Zoom call at work.
Uh-oh.
So I don't know if she has her microphone on.
I don't see it. There's someone Samsung SM, and then there's someone Observer Support. I don't know who
Yeah.
who either of those folks are.
It's probably Samsung. She's doing it on her phone.
Okay, is Ms. Denton, are you there? Do you wish to testify?
Wouldn't it be great if that popcorn just started popping? Because it's really loud, by the way, when it gets tinging in there. It would be
Sorry.
absolutely hilarious.
Sorry, Your Honor. I'm trying to get as much popcorn popped as I can. I have some kids coming over later to watch movies.
It's cuddle couch time.
Are you on the Samsung? If not, you don't have to. If you don't want.
Hello. Yes, I'm here. Sorry. I'm here.
Anything you'd like
Yes.
to say at this time?
I feel like
I'm gonna swear you
Okay.
in before you do.
What happened to her teeth?
Okay, do you
Yes.
swear? Do you swear and affirm the information and testimony you provide will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
You can put your hand down, and
Okay,
then
thank you.
go ahead.
So I'm just Mr. McKenna. I don't understand why he's doing this. But I am fearful that if he feels the need to take law into his own hands, that where is the stopping point? This is 23 years. We've never contacted him or his family, have no desire, no need. This is the home that my children come home to. My son comes home to boot camp to. My granddaughter is there. I'm concerned that people will see these signs and want to take the law into their own hands and hurt my home and threaten my safety by his actions. And I don't understand why he just doesn't need to be in our area. He has no business there.
They haven't said, we don't know the age exactly. And I think
Yeah.
that's a big, I think for me anyways, in my mind, if I knew the numbers, it would help me out a lot.
Yes, I would.
But, well, I mean, there's a big difference between somebody that's 17 and 14. You know what I mean?
Right. I mean, at one point, waiting between birthdays, I was 17 and my wife was 15. She wasn't my wife yet. But, I mean,
Right.
why she looks so... What's going on? She's got
Oh,
the...
God, that's perfect, actually.
Yeah, it looks just like her, right?
I spitting image. You even got this very defined area here.
Yeah. The deep... artists like myself work in details, Creed, and if it's not for those, we'd just be like everyone else. Right, Snoopy?
By the way, those masterful pieces of art you can own. You have to be the first person to screenshot it and then put it on a MFT. What does it say? MFT on Discord.
Claim, I think it says MFT claim
Claims or something like that. Yeah, down at the bottom. And post it. First person to post it in there owns it. You can do whatever you want with it.
But to harass us in my home.
Okay. It is kind of weird that he's going after him
Mr. McKenna,
now.
You raise your right hand, please. You swear and affirm the information and testimony you provide will be the truth.
Yes, Your Honor.
You can put your hand down. What's your response to their request for an order?
I posted some signs. I was basically, my intent was, I've known about what he did to my wife when she was 13 and he was 24 for a long time.
There it is.
I'm sorry. What was that again?
He was 24. She was but 13, Creed.
All right. He's a piece of shit.
That's what the
That's
information I posted.
See, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm saying. See, I was kind of on the fence. Like, if we're looking at like that 17 or well, hell, here in South Carolina, 16.
13 and 24, man.
13 and 24 is there's no excuse for that.
They had a lot in common.
Emails. Donald Cease is the guy that gave my wife and the other victims the opportunity to contest getting the record sealed.
Right.
And it brought up a lot of trauma.
Right. It's this guy's wife here.
Mm-hmm.
Not
All right.
not
So,
her.
yeah.
So
So that guy's wife, who he was not married to at the time, this was 23 years ago. 23 years. There's other victims, he said. It wasn't just his wife. This guy was going around consensually being a pervert.
you know what? I don't know, but I'm guessing that there is some
This was he tried to get off the registry. He felt like the guy shouldn't be off the registry. So I'm guessing when you try to get off the registry,
everybody
they contact your victims and say, hey, the offender is trying to get off the registry, and I
Okay.
probably set old boy off.
Yeah, that's way too much there. But going about it that way even with all of that, I still don't agree with him going around posting up.
Yeah, he's
posters and
posting
stuff.
flyers saying this guy is an offender of the sexual nature.
That's
Putting
definitely
his
harassment,
address and photo.
which is, yeah. I mean that's all easy to find out, of course. But still, you don't need to be displaying that. And why not get a billboard, dude? And by the way, for $40, Times Square.
Oh yeah, that's very good.
I mean, if you really want to go all out.
All of the victims had met and talked, and they're doing a series of therapy now because of it. And we were just kind of fearful that he was going to get his record sealed. So I had some signs made and posted them just so people would know it was public information, posted right off of the sex offender registry site.
Mm.
And I posted signs.
Okay,
and,
so just don't interrupt, please.
And so I just took those signs, posted them, and I never attached razor blades. I was looking at the paperwork that I gotten in here. He gives some detail of it and specific dates, and says on November 18th, the day that they approached me, almost caused an accident swerving through the intersection to come at me. And I said I had nothing to say. And she filmed the entire thing, which I'm curious why they didn't submit that as evidence.
Ooh.
They filmed the entire thing. I tried to get to my truck and away from him because I wanted no altercation. I just wanted to post public information for public safety.
Wow.
But it says that they found the sign after I left, that they took the sign off the pole and then one out of the grass. They called the cops, talked with the cops.
Mm-hmm.
When they took those signs, I left, and then go on to say later on the 25th
I'll be with
that
you in
she
just a
took
minute.
the
Okay.
signs out of her,
I'm listening.
that she took those signs out of her car, and that's when
Works at
she
the
put
doctor's
the
office.
razor blades on the edges. And so I'm not sure how the officers on the 18th didn't see the razor blades, or how she didn't notice razor blades in her car for 8 days driving around with it. I never attached razor blades to it. I stapled it to a sign, a pole is all I did. So it's contradictory, and it's in writing, and it's signed and sworn by him on this paperwork.
Right.
And so, I mean, it's the facts are right there.
So where do you live?
I live in Centralia, but my brother lives, I don't know, I could look it up on a map.
No,
About
I mean, where do you know
4 streets down.
where does
from,
Mr. Stinton live? Just in the city. I'm not looking for an address.
Rochester.
So miles from you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but my brother that works for me that I pick up every morning lives about a quarter of a mile, and I drive down Highway 99 right past his house every day.
When did you learn this?
Learn what?
Where he lived and drive by him and all of that?
Oh, when we got the letter in January, and that's what that email was from Donald Cease that I put in there.
But I mean, okay.
Because we were told, my wife being the victim.
Yeah, no,
she was
I
told
understand that.
where
I
her
guess,
attacker lived.
yeah, and that's fairly, my understanding is that's fairly typical. People register for a period of time. They comply with certain conditions. They can ask to be relieved of that obligation, which apparently happened. When that happens, other people involved in the case get notice of that, which they're entitled to. And I guess I'm having trouble understanding the value of, it just seems to me, and your wife has the opportunity to be heard and make her voice known to the people who are making that decision. Certainly she has that right and opportunity. And she should take advantage of that however she sees fit. I guess I'm just having trouble seeing the value of, after all this time running around putting those signs up.
Your Honor, may I say something?
No.
Okay.
Blunt and to the point, he is.
He didn't like that.
while there were 3 young kids and seeing what it did to my wife, I just wanted to post public information. I didn't intend to hurt him in any way. I just wanted to make aware. And the request to get his record sealed did get denied.
Okay,
And so
I don't. that's-
Chris, I'm not going to put that up on the screen, but if that is the case, that's pretty bad. If that's his charge for that one, it's not getting any better
again,
for
that's
him.
not
Let's
in
just
front
say
of me
that.
here right now. The only thing that the only thing that's in front of me is this, whether or not an order should be granted or not. But it just strikes me that you doing this is almost kind of like trying to put out a fire with gasoline, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Let's take a terrible, and again, 23 years, but you know what? Trauma lasts. It does there, Mr. And I don't know anything about that other than what's been told to me here in court, but trauma can last that long. It can. I know that just from my experience on this job. And, and like I say, stirring this all up again, I think there's a chance of basically bringing all that back up again. Mr. Stenton, you wanted to say something?
Yeah, Your Honor, he's making this case out to be something it's not. I tried to get him a copy of this case. His wife was not molested. His wife was not
Okay,
raped.
so I don't want it. We're not litigating that case.
Hold on.
That was 23 years
Hold
ago.
on. He keeps saying that.
Mhm.
Can you have, as a 24-year-old man, can you have consensual sex with a 13-year-old though?
You cannot, as far as I know, especially in this country. So I think that he thinks that he didn't. I think that that's what it is in his sick mind, that he didn't, basically, even though that is what he was charged with.
And there's multiple victims. It's not like this was a,
Right.
for a second I was like, oh, star-crossed lover, apparently, maybe.
Mhm.
I don't know, but it sounds gross. But if there's more victims, and if some of the stuff I'm reading in the chat is true, some of them even younger than her. So how
Yeah,
can we,
in the chat, I saw much younger than her by like 4 years. Oh, by the way, I believe there's a PP check
heading there now.
Gee, thank you.
Heading there now.
Yeah, listen, this whole case in my head turned a point when we found out the ages. Now, as it continues, hearing more and more, man, it takes a lot. Amber, sitting there, that takes a lot for you to be
Oof.
behind her man, with charges like that. I'm sure that she would appreciate him being off the list also. But again, I don't know. And again, the other part of this are these posters. Yes, it's public information. He's on a registry. People of the neighborhood should know and are supposed to know. But is it right to go around posting them all over? I don't know. This one's a tough one. Pretty interesting so far, to say the least.
Yeah, it's I don't know, we don't know all the details, but apparently, it's not nothing that happened one time.
Right. This is, it's not a one-off. Like you said, did they fall in love and she was like 16, 17 and he was a couple years older? Okay. All right. Give that a little bit of that slide here.
But this just
this
way too, and like they said, the victims, there's not just one. We're not talking about one person. The victims have gotten together now since he tried to go off the registry, have now gotten together and have started doing almost like group therapy together to try and cope with some of the things they have going on. For him to downplay this the way he is almost, again, like committing the crime all over, because now you've just said, everything they've said is just not true.
Yeah.
It's not how it was.
Go.
Oh, also today's
in front of
Heidi's
me here,
birthday.
right?
Happy birthday, Heidi.
Oh, damn. Well, happy birthday.
30
Heidi.
bones in the old pee-pee.
Well, hallelujah. Let me get the birthday celebration going properly. Happy birthday! Heidi J.
Heidi.
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 I hope you find the G-spot, Heidi. Happy birthday!
Happy birthday, baby.
Happy birthday!
now is whether or not an order should be entered.
The police were, the cop came over and saw the razor blades on the sign, took pictures of them. That's what we submitted to you guys. So that's a major deal. I don't understand why he's trying to justify that.
Why
And
didn't the police
my
do
wife
something then?
for that long. We pulled him down every single time you put him up. Because the community is telling me around here that he's doing it. Not to mention I went out and bought cameras.
So, anything further?
The last sign I posted was on the 18th, and like I said, he said they had the cops there, and I don't understand how the last sign I posted, cops were present. They would have noticed razor blades on it, and he just
They did.
like, and he said on the 18th they took them, and then she took them out of her car on the 25th.
I forgot about the razor blade part. That I don't know if I believe that 100%, but she looks like she's ready. She just grabbed a paper and she's got her hand up. So
Again, though, nothing has been said by the police. Why wouldn't this be a police matter?
Chris did just say that that they did know about the blades,
And they did nothing.
Chris, so that's like an old school thing. So like you don't have to go around and knock on your neighbors' doors now. Do they just get mailed notices now or something? That used to be a thing though, right? I mean,
Oh, real big thing. Yeah.
do you not have to do that? Is that a state by state thing? That's, can you imagine? God bless. All right, let's see if she has maybe a police report or something.
7 days after, so they sat in her car for that long.
No, they didn't.
It's in the paper.
Your Honor, I own this house outright. I just don't want him around me anymore. I don't know why he's going out of his way
What's
to
that
do that.
matter? I have no mortgage, Your Honor.
I don't know either, but
I did destroy the rest of the signs.
Okay.
I had 4.
Yeah, my sister's involved too, just to let you know, Your Honor.
That's
I'm already pursuing that with an attorney.
what?
so here's the thing there, Mr. Stinton,
Maybe he doesn't care about the razor blades either. That's why he's not going to hear what Amber has to say or something, I guess.
He's done with her. He's had all he can take of her for one day.
Crystal Ray, thank you for the info. She found
A plethora of information.
yeah, it's where the victims like State Boys, that's where the victims come into.
And I think we had this conversation there, and when you were in front of me when the temporary order was entered. These anti-harassment petitions is whether some people call them orders of protection or no contact orders, and they're designed to keep people away from. Some people just won't leave other people alone for a variety of reasons. They need to come to court and say, "Look, I need you to keep this guy away from me," or more woman, this person away from me. Or calling me at all hours, come showing up at my door, following me around, stalking me, and all of that. And that's really not what's happening here. We can sit around and, Mr. McKenna does have some free speech if he's opportunity. And so then the issue is this constitutionally protected what he's doing? Because he's not contacting you, he's not calling you, he's not showing up at your door, he's doing something you don't like, which I understand. He's doing something which, in my view, wouldn't seem to be all that helpful for the recovery of his wife, but I'm not an expert in that regard, just because it dredges up all these things again from so many years ago. But it is good that she's getting therapy and counseling for that, which is a long way of saying, based on what's been presented.
All right. The latest update where I see people saying something.
Remember, everything we're about to say is alleged, by the way. Allegedly.
And Crystal Ray just put in about the sister. So that's,
Yeah, it's you know, it's all right there, public record for
my God.
everyone to read. So again, you know,
That's crazy.
we're continuing to build this story again, where Chris seems to think it's no big deal, allegedly. I do understand the husband's side, because he's just, I guess he's doing the only thing he can do that he feels is right to help not only his wife, but other people possibly.
Mm-hmm.
Make other people aware of what's going on. But he is not, I don't think he's going to get anything here against the other guy putting up the flyers.
I'd be shocked if he did.
You know, I can't really find that, and I hear what you say about the razor blades. I can't really not going to make a finding on that one way or the other. Even if that's so, it's not necessarily, that might be, I mean, he's not throwing razor blades at you. And even if that's the case, I mean, that's a pretty big stretch. So at this point, and again, the request for an order are going to be denied, because I don't think it's, you know, we can sit around and debate all day long about it, whether it's appropriate, whether it's not. And I know there's people are watching. Some people might think it is. Some people think, no, he's way out of line. But it's not, it's, you know, based on the definition of harassment within the statute, it doesn't fit that. So the order is going to be denied. I heard him say that all the signs have been destroyed. Hope that's the case, and hope that we can go forward here where you won't have to put up with this anymore. But that's what I'm going to do here for today. Ms. Stenton,
Okay,
Mr.
I will seek counsel, Your Honor, and I will go after him a different way.
Okay, you can.
There's RCW numbers.
The only thing in front of me here right now is what I'm doing, and that's what I'm done here for today. And you're
Okay,
free to
no
speak to
problem.
an attorney about that, of course.
No problem. I got deep pockets, so I'll get them.
Oh,
Humble
You know,
brag.
I got deep pockets. I'll get him.
Again, I'll set the same set of questions. You know, I was struck by your last comment. I'll get him. You know, and you know, and
He doesn't need to come after me.
I just let me talk for a second here for a second. I think you both
Quiet down, weirdo.
look at yourself and think, okay, is this going to make things better, or is this going to make things worse? And you know, you might want to have that internal conversation yourself, Mr. Stenton.
Well, he slandered my name.
That around with Mr. McKenna. And again, I'm not looking for a response there, but again, you all have a choice to make here. You can kind of just move beyond this and leave each other alone, or you can continue to make efforts to use your words. I'm going to get him. I'm not sure that. And again, you can do what you want. I'm not making any orders going forward. The only thing I'm to do is denying one. But I think people need to take a look at themselves and figure out where they're going from here.
Exactly.
For that, and you can take that for what it's worth. And that's it for today.
Why would he want to continue on with anything to bring more light to the situation that he's in as a you know, a registered sex offender?
I agree 100%.
You're free to go.
I think the judge got it right there. And if Mr. Chris there, Mr. Deep Pockets, was so worried about it when he has his little tantrum at the end, how about bring some I don't know, some proof you know, about the razor blades or any of that? You got video, submit it. Anyways, is this just the day of
and again, I don't think the razor blades would have made a single bit of difference.
Oh no, I don't. I really don't think so.
How
are you going to prove that he was?
You could have put those on yourself. And what was the purpose?
Yeah. And why does he have a green screen behind him? That's my question. Simon is up next. I guess.
And why is he shooting it from crotch angle if he's got a green screen behind him?
Yes, I don't know.
That's a world-class stash, my friend.
Yeah, not after what we just went
through. I'm not saying Simon Greenwood is on the registry, but that mustache is.
Exactly. Yeah, it's something there.
Find his channel now, please. Thank you.
May be related. That was an interesting one. Thank you for you guys, you know, keeping it little. I can imagine that.
I appreciate the civility of the world's most dangerous chat.
Yeah, I'm glad we could all watch something like that, have conversations about it, and not get all crazy in the chat because I've seen things like that go terribly wrong.
Really bad.
So I'm glad we can all get along. On to the next, I guess. Let's just. I don't even want to talk about him anymore because that
guy makes me sick to my stomach for sure.
I
come on, Greenwood, take us on to something funny and enjoyable, shall you?
I don't think it's going to be funny and enjoyable, but maybe something a little less
heavy.
Yeah.
There you are.
Hey, there we go. Okay.
Hey, it's me.
Sorry about that.
Got a lot of stuff there on top of your cabinet.
Patty, could you raise your right hand, please?
Yes.
You swear and affirm the information and testimony you provide will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, Your Honor.
You can put your hand down.
That's another thing. You guys are pros at that, by the way. You got a lot through on chat that I'm pretty impressed with.
Mm-hmm.
So good for you, and that helps us too, because a chat where they're blocking like a bunch of stuff doesn't look good.
Mm-mm.
I think that it's worse only because of the case that we just came from. So let's go.
Let's give him the benefit of the doubt. He could be a good guy. Maybe she's harassing him for all we know.
Maybe I maybe.
Alleged, of course.
My first question.
Yes.
We
Crazy.
did. I got fired on.
Okay, so
Griggsy's got the same haircut. Did you notice that?
Yeah, they do.
Mr. Greenwood, I'm going to give you
Hello,
an opportunity to speak when the time comes. Right now, I'm talking to Ms. Addy, and then I'll give you an opportunity to speak, but I can only speak to one person at a time. So Ms. Addy, I'll hear from you on, I did review, you filed some things, including a fair amount of screenshots of text conversations, a lot of which aren't with you, but I'll hear from you on why you need an order against Mr. Greenwood.
This situation has been going on for almost a year now, and my job has consistently failed to protect my rights with it. They just now are finally starting to look into it more once they found out that I was taking legal action. But the harassment hasn't stopped. Even if it's not directed at me now, he still thinks that there's an opportunity for a relationship, even though I've made it clear that there's not and there never will be. I was deeply concerned with some of the messages that he had sent to my friends regarding me.
Oh, to the friends.
And I kind of just felt like I was at a point where I didn't know what else to do.
Well, give me a
coworkers. Lots of loving happens at work.
Tell me what's
Creed.
I saw the emails between him and somebody else. I want to know about your experience.
About a year ago, he tried to ask me out on a date, and I kindly denied him.
She said,
and then I thought, maybe that would be it. It would be a little awkward, but whatever. But then he tried to offer me money, saying that he wanted to help me with my situation. And I was like, no, I don't
sugar daddy
money from him. It's really weird to me. And that was around the time that I made the first report. And then
I got that Twitch money.
That, he just never stopped. He would keep trying to talk to me all the time, even though management told him to kind of stay away from me. And then he would go to my friends asking if he should talk to me, even though he was made clear that he should not talk to me. I've made 3 ethics reports about it over the last year, and they moved him departments, but he never really stopped. He would stare at me when I was at work. I was becoming really uncomfortable. It was making the work environment hostile. I'm very uncomfortable with everything that's happened, and I don't know why it's gone on this long because I said no.
Yeah, where's his hands, by the way?
Let me hear from Mr. Greenwood. Mr. Greenwood, could you raise your right hand?
Oh, there we go.
You swear and affirm the information and testimony you provide will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing.
He looks a lot older than her. Am I right?
He does. Yeah.
You can put your hand down. What's your response to what we just heard from Ms. Addy there? Am I saying your name correctly, by the way, ma'am?
Yes.
Mr. Greenwood, go ahead. You wanted to say something and you were starting about your work, and then I stopped you, but now's your opportunity to let me know what your position is.
Work. I applied for a transfer twice. to get away from her. The second time was the 26th to move to a different store. So I wasn't doing coworkers anymore. But then on the 9th, the third complaint went through and I got fired. So we're not coworkers at all anymore. But responding to what she said, after the first complaint, I think it ended on June. The next, however many months, I guess actually never at all, did I approach her romantically or ask her out or say anything sexual or flirtatious. I did. There was a second report later I got when I asked her why she filed a second report. Because earlier she had gone around telling all of her friends that she filed another report, and they went up to me to tell me about it. And I don't know what was supposed to be in it, but I had 3 different people giving me these anecdotes about their friends who had their lives ruined because of false rape claims.
Oh,
telling me I need to file a report against her.
Why did we go there, Simon? Oh, sorry, wrong side.
Even her friends were telling me that. So after that second report, I just completely ignored her and stayed like in dispensary room, a little corner of the store. And she would sometimes come back there and chat with people and hang out. And so I just sort of stood in the corner playing on my phone just to get away from her.
Lurching.
So a friend of mine saw this. And so he said, I know after the first report, you aren't allowed to transfer, but you can just go to management and ask for exception. So I did. I told them I wanted to change stores. They said, we can talk to other stores, but we have an opening in the deli here. We know you have a good work ethic. We'll give you a 10% raise if you move there. And so I said, fine. Because I thought the only problem was just hanging out in the dispensary room.
You ever, I'm just going to go out on a limb, and I'm going to tell you something that I learned a long time ago. When somebody's going way out and about to tell you this story, to answer one little question, it's usually all a bullshit lie. He's going on and on about a lot of stuff.
I think he's just really super weird, and he's given us all these irrelevant details that are really just, one, making him look bad.
Yes.
And two, have nothing to do with what the judge was even asking. Is there a chance that he is just really awkward socially, or is he just really weird, crazy? Like, we need to watch out for this guy. We're gonna give him a 10% raise to try and get him out of here.
Keep in mind, he did get fired, if I'm not mistaken. He did say
3 complaints.
After the third complaint. So, there's that.
Workplace hookups happen, though. Maybe maybe he saw everybody else was getting it on. He wanted a piece of the action, not with her, but just in general.
He sometimes lets them ramble a little much.
He does.
Good. I like to hear people ramble when they shouldn't be talking about most of the stuff anyways. But we'll give Simon a little bit more of a chance. Things have changed before. I doubt it on this one, but you never know.
So I did that and it was fine for a few months. And then, before I did that, a week before they gave me the transfer, I did approach her. She was talking about Palestine, and I disagreed with all of what she said. And that's sort of my hobby is politics and stuff. So I went up to her. We got in a big argument. And she got really
get a
mad.
new hobby.
And everyone was telling me
a lame ass hobby.
You're gonna file another complaint. You're gonna get fired. And I don't know if that's the third complaint that got me fired, but regardless, I got out of there.
He's a great worker, though.
Yeah,
he's a great worker.
Good dude. He's worked by himself.
Then in January, starting towards the middle or end of January. Actually, wait, I should backtrack. Christmas Eve, I texted Anthony.
This is a double backtrack, right? Because he was on something and then
he has taken us back and forth in history very quickly, many times already.
Yes.
To say that, because we had left on really bad terms and also maybe a complaint.
Especially when you don't agree with her stuff about whatever she was saying about Palestine.
Let me tell you how wrong you are. You want to go out later or what?
Yes. Let's talk politics later.
What a tease.
Anthony say, you know what? It's been a while. I'd like to just, if I could talk to her somewhere outside of work, we could get closure, settle things down. And he didn't respond. He came up to me. He doesn't usually respond in text. He comes up in person. He came up to me and said, "Don't do it. 2 complaints already."
Stop, please, for God's sake, stop. So there I was talking to my friend Anthony, and he was, he's the kind of guy, he doesn't text back. He walks up and talks to you in person. He hates me. He's a coworker, by the way. Everybody thinks I'm creepy at work. Pond scum, I believe some of them said.
Not that Anthony. Not Anthony Roberts.
This is going to go really badly for you. And I said, no, man, listen, I haven't approached her for months. I have no intention of approaching her. I just want to like talk things out so there's closure that isn't just like us hating each other. And then like a minute later, she comes up to me and just says, just something like happy holidays. I said, Merry Christmas. And she goes off. It's like, I don't know what that's about. And then like later she came in on her day off, walked over to the deli, looked at some lunch meat, looked over and stared with a completely blank expression, and then walked.
Yeah, I do. Listen, every time that I walk into a deli, I see they have boar's head. I do the same thing. I look around, stare.
So he's the meat man. He's cutting deli meats.
Giving Alice the meat, maybe.
Even though he's got one, you know how at Walmart they make people wear like hair nets. But if you got facial hair, they make you wear the one across your face too. So he's got like super weird double hairnet action going on. That might have been what she was looking at.
I like where he says, I don't understand the point or whatever he just said about that, which comes up saying happy holidays. I say Merry Christmas.
Away, which was very weird. She didn't buy anything. I didn't know what that was about. And so I was trying to freak out. And at the same time,
I'm telling you, boar's head, you walked up, saw $15 for ham, and then it was boar's head. Just like, F this, I'm out of here.
She didn't buy any meats.
I'm just a window shopper when it comes to boar's head. I can't afford it.
Also, actually a little later, starting in early mid-January, I was also behaving erratic towards other people, not just those four. I was getting in fights with my boss. I was ranting to Angie and Deli. I was getting in a fight with the ops manager, Jacob.
Why?
And by the end of the month, I realized from the way people were reacting, Amir was looking really scared. Other people were looking at me like I was pond scum. I was sort of a pariah at the store. I realized I was like falling off control.
He was a pariah at the store?
He was the pariah, Creed. Not only was I getting in trouble with the deli manager, I was also getting in trouble with Rick, the guy who assembles bicycles in the back. And well, I also had a run in with garden department manager as well about the mulch that I busted. But that was in mid-January. They called me scum, pond scum, pariah. I likes to fight with folks. I'm weird, allegedly.
I don't know what was doing that, if it was stress or whatever, but at that point, I asked to transfer stores, and I contacted my psychiatrist about I had been years since I talked to him. I contacted my therapist about getting help, and I went in, applied for a medical leave of absence for mental health, which they gave me. And I figured
that coincidentally was the same time that his favorite game came out.
Judge is over there blowing the ink dry on this PPO he's going to give this poor girl.
Enough said.
And then on 8 days later, on the 7th, I got the restraining order. And then 2 days later, I got notice from my work that I was fired.
What day was that you
was fired? I think it was. Sorry?
So you got served on the 2nd, did you say?
7th. 5 days ago?
Yeah. And then these texts, there's someone named is it Rogar, or is that a different spelling of Roger?
It's Roger. It's he spells it differently in Discord because I think to be funny or something. I don't know enough to know about it.
Rogar. Can we get Rogar on the stand?
Rogar, we got a Discord for you if you want to come over and hang out. We just want to see your name.
Rogar, I'm here.
Rogar. Okay.
Way over explaining.
That's his buddy, Rogar.
I'm gonna take back what I originally said about him lying, just because now I just see this is just how he is.
This is just him,
yeah. You ask him one question, next thing you know, it's
Rogar. Well, his real name is Roger, but I haven't known him that long, so I don't really know the backstory of that, the lore. Boy,
Rogar.
All right. So there's all right. So again, I'm going to reference those texts in there. frankly. I mean, that gives some insight as to, what you're thinking. And, reading those things, I can kind of understand why Ms. Addie's kind of concerned.
Ooh, must be some bad
And
shit
so,
in there.
I'm sorry. First of all, I'm sorry you lost your job. That's a difficult situation. But based on her petition combined with her testimony, your testimony, and the evidence presented, I'm going to sign an order, and that order is going to be in place for a year. And my hope is that kind of makes things easier for you. For there's a bright line now. You said you're seeing someone to help your mental health, which is good. But the line is she's just not a part of your life. She's just not something you should think about. You understand that?
Yeah,
Just don't.
absolutely.
Yeah. And so the order is going to be effective for 1 year from today.
Absolutely. Thank you, Judge. I'm so glad you did that.
You're not to contact her.
I feel bad for her though. Imagine what she's went through just having to listen to him.
She's about to sue her workplace, I think, for this because
Right.
she is not too happy. She's about to sue.
Julia making some fine choices. Welcome to the family. Appreciate you.
You're not
Thank
to
you for
cause
the
her any
support.
harm. You're not to contact her. And that's to third parties also. And so if you're sending texts, if you're in a text string, you can still have contact with former coworkers and all that, but she is not to be a part of the conversation. Do you understand that? Because someone receiving that might perceive that as your attempt to contact her through a third person. Do you understand that?
Yeah, absolutely.
So any sort of third party contact is forbidden. You're not to come within 1,000 feet of her residence or her place of employment. You know where she works there now. And
District Court 3 or DC Judge 3 or just nail biter. Either of the three works.
And so, like I say, that go ahead.
Oh,
You
okay.
wanted to say something.
Yes, her place of employment is right like a few minutes away from my parents' house.
So,
Well, what do you mean a few minutes? I mean,
it's
does that matter as long as he doesn't go there?
I was going to say it could take an extra 10 minutes to go a long way around.
well, as the crow flies, how far is this? Which Walmart is this?
Oh,
Lacey
they went
neighborhood.
to Walmart.
Is that the
Oh,
one out on
lovely.
College and near College and Yelm Highway?
Yes, I think so.
Okay, and so
So if I stay on the arterial,
Ooh, good call.
it might be within 1,000 feet.
where more or less do your parents live? Your
So-
mother, say your mother, or
yeah, my mother and father.
do they live off of College?
Freaking a road map lesson.
Yelm Highway.
Wait, oh, yes, Yelm Highway. Sorry. I don't know.
Okay, so if you get to College, you hit Yelm Highway, you can come back towards Olympia or out towards Yelm. Are they out towards Yelm or are they back towards Olympia off of Yelm Highway?
What does he just say? Don't go to Walmart. How hard is that?
Okay, well, can't you just go through Olympia, go out Yelm Highway? Then you never even make it to that Walmart.
Which ones? If I go to them normally, I would
Jesus Christ.
go down the T junction, right? There's the T junction. Is that College in Yelm?
No, College is where the Safeway is.
Oh, okay,
The
okay.
T junction at the end of Yelm Highway,
Ruddle.
that's Ruddle going one way. Ruddle goes to the left.
Why are we doing this?
To the right, that heads Yelm Highway off.
Oh
to
dear
Yelm.
God is right.
Does
Okay.
his parents live
If you
in
go
the
down
parking
Yelm,
lot of the
I-
Walmart? Is what I would have said.
And it passes
Right.
by Walmart. And I think it's like
Don't
I-
even look at the
300 feet,
building.
500 feet. Can I still go that way as long as I just pass by and don't go into the parking lot or anything? Or do I have to take a different route?
Yeah, if I understand you correctly, you can go through Lacey and come out and Ruddle and just come the back way and then you never go past it.
Okay.
And I'm confident in your ability to navigate that.
Are you, Judge?
So again,
I
don't
am not confident.
feet
Not
of
after that
her
explanation.
workplace or her residence. Service isn't required because you appeared, and you can get a copy of this off the Thurston County District Court website.
I don't know why she didn't want to date him.
I
Makes
don't
no
understand
sense.
either. He seems like a really good catch.
And that'll conclude the hearing for today.
Yikes.
All
On
right.
to the next.
Oh, Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. And even though this was 5 days ago, 6 days ago.
Oh, God.
This was yesterday. What am I talking about?
Okay, so
Happy Halloween.
Ms. Thorne, could you raise your right hand, please?
Yes.
You swear and affirm the information and testimony you provide will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Is the Miss Ward on the set
And
of
then
Stranger
how is it
Things?
in
Why
order
is there so much
Miss
stuff on the
Ward?
wall like that?
For at least 2 years now, Ms. Ward and her daughters have been very rude to me, and it has continued to get worse.
Harassment.
And I decided to get the order after my car was damaged and the kids were throwing rocks and stuff at my windows. And the thing with Ms. Ward is she likes to constantly yell out from outside and yell mean things to me. I mean, she's even called me a hoe and a loser and told me she can beat my ass. All of that's not on video. That's all just stuff that happened. After the incident with the rock and the kids in the rocks in the window.
That's what I thought at first. Griggsy, I thought she was like getting ready to be like emergency surgery Don.
Yeah, I thought she had like a nurse's station or something, but no, this is just her weird kitchen because you see the hood. I can see her hood from here of the stove.
Her hood. Oh, I thought you said you could see under the desk. Did she get her stuff from Temu or however you pronounce it? Since all of America found out, I guess we pronounce it wrong. It's all the commercials. I still can't say it properly.
In my truck. She got more aggressive with the.
Hang on just a second.
Call me a whore and a loser.
I'm still here.
Yeah, I'm just smoking, Your Honor.
Yeah,
Sorry.
I need you to be on camera so I know you're listening to all this. I'll give you a chance to respond in a minute.
Okay.
Continue on there, Ms. Thorne.
Thank you. So it just continued to get worse. She continued to make louder threats at me. Then after the rock incident, then we had the incident where her daughter and
She's got to have teeth. If she has a whole wad of gum in there, like Mikey does arriving at Universal, trust me. She wants to have a few teeth. I don't know. Can you chew gum with just gum? You know, it's
Don't call it gum for nothing.
Yeah, good point.
her daughter, her youngest daughter, was putting dog poop on my door.
You light it on fire? If they lit it on fire, then that's funny. If they just throw dog shit on your door, then that's not so
I
funny.
think they're just throwing dog shit on the door.
Come by with a shovel and just.
Hey, lady. Hey, Miss neighbor lady. Take this.
Temu. That's how I always
Temu.
said it. Is that the proper way, though?
Temu.
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 Temu?
It just got to the point where it was just too much, even though the department management knows. They've even tried to facilitate a sit down to where we can talk, and Ms. Ward wouldn't even come around for that. So it's just been a lot, and now it's getting worse. And then since I got the temporary order, she again got worse. And on February 5th, I did get the police came out and talked to her, and they have filed for a case, and it's been forwarded to the prosecutor, where she was sitting on the porch calling me mean names and being threatening, and then just turned around and waved at me and said, "You crazy white lady!" Like, this is ridiculous.
What's his channel?
Getting worse, and
Kevin!
our building is only connected through a like a sky bridge, a catwalk. So there's no reason for her to be anywhere, her or her kids to be in my side of the store, in my building. But I do know that after the officer came out on February 5th, we told her to knock it off. Anything from this. So
Is that it?
That's the kind of.
Is that it? T. Did I get it?
I think that's it.
No.
What is she looking at, by the way?
the bottle of. I still trying to figure this thing out. I'm so confused about all of it. What's happening there?
It looks like a miniature coat rack.
Yeah.
Extra tiny.
Anti-harassment, don't talk to me, leave me alone. And so that's why I'm asking for the anti-harassment order, because I feel that they are not capable of that.
Okay.
Let me hear from Ms. Ward. And Ms. Ward, I will tell you before that, I don't know whether you had a chance to see this or not, but in the file, there's some video and some kids, and I've never met you. I've never met your kids. Some of the video, I think, is there's some yelling coming from what I assume is your apartment, saying some unkind things about Ms. Thorne. Also, one of the kids, through what I'm looked to me, and again, I don't know whether this was your kid or not, but basically threw what I think was a rock. It was something that was hard that made a large sound against Ms. Thorne's window. And then those, and the kids were yelling at her, calling her a bunch of unkind things also. And
Neighborhood
so
bullies.
I just want to let you know, and I don't know whether you had a chance to see that or not, but I did. And so I'm going to swear you in.
Her shirt says, "I'm a ray of sunshine."
The information and testimony you provide will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
Yes.
You can put your hand down. What's your position on her request for the order?
Well, this lady has literally called the police on me ever since I moved in. Even the first day I moved in, she called the police on me because she said I was moving in too loud. I've had police coming to my door for the fine.
Moving in too loud? That's a great way to start.
911, can I help you? Yeah, we got some people moving in real loud, and you know what I mean.
I think I'd be moving right out.
Get over here quick.
Oh my God. What a beautiful
what a way to kick it off for your new neighbors.
Me beating my kids. They came to my door. They actually came to the point where they stopped coming because she's called so much in the past 2 years.
Oh,
this
wow.
sit down that she's talking about with management never happened because I didn't get a notice of it at all. Because if I did, I would like to sit down too. She's always sitting at her window. She has chairs at her window and she just looks outside all day. She yells at kids all day. She video records all day. Only thing I do, I leave my apartment with my boyfriend and I leave. I ride the bus. So how can I stop this woman when I'm on the bus? She has a vehicle. She sent me, she was so scared of me, why did she deliver this paper to my door saying, I'm going outside and Tanisha's harassing me? I don't say nothing to this woman. Yes, it's okay for me to say, hey, stop video recording my kids. I mean, if my daughter is doing something wrong, all of their friends will come upstairs and they would tell me. Okay? They do that all the time. I didn't know nothing about it.
Hang on just a second. Did they tell you they threw a rock at her window?
No one ever told me that. So I don't know
I'm
what
telling
kid
you that because I saw a kid do it.
What do you know what she looked like?
It's hard for me to tell from the video.
Okay. Well, I've been talking to my kids and telling them to leave that woman alone.
She was wearing a red hat and a yellow shirt.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's true or not, but I do know they come in the house and say, Mom, she's recording us again. Mom, we're just outside playing. She's recording us again. This piece of paper she sent me says, oh, her daughter's outside playing with other kids and being mean to other kids. Kids are kids. Some kids are mean to my kids. My daughter's mean to other kids when they're rude to her. And then she wrote a paper saying that I stopped her and I harassed her when she was walking her dog. I didn't even know this lady had dogs. I just go about my business. I go through the fence over here and I catch the bus. I don't look out for this woman, but you can hear her talk out the window and she's on the phone herself. Now, it's not a crime for me to sit on my porch and watch my clothes because several times this woman has vandalized my clothes. And then if I'm stalking her, then how come there's no video footage of me following her or
He vandalized clothes.
I don't care nothing about this woman. I would like her to stop sitting out the window and video recording me for saying that I'm at her door harassing her. Where's the proof of me harassing her at her door? And when she said the cops came, I was with my boyfriend. We just walked up the stairs and came to the apartment. We sat down in my room, which is in the far back of my apartment, sat down, And all of a sudden, 2 hours later, the cops were knocking at my door saying that I was yelling and screaming at her. And I said no. And my boyfriend even talked to the police as well. And he was like, okay, I'm going to go talk to her. The police never came back because they know she calls the cops on me all the time for nothing, just for living here, just for breathing. She calls the cops. And my chairs, if I'm harassing her, then how come there's no pictures of anything, of me doing anything? She sent a picture to me with a flat tire. Okay, you have a flat tire. What does that have to do with me? The cars are to, when I get down off my porch, the cars are to the right. I go out the left every time. I come back to the left, go up my stairs, go up on my apartment. She's called the police on me so many times for no reason that I don't even like to sit on my porch anymore. Until my clothes started getting vandalized. I caught her 2 times coming from the washing.
So is she hanging up, like, is she drying her clothes like on the balcony? Is that what we're getting at here?
I think she was just getting into saying that she was watching. You know how like some apartment buildings have like a washroom area where everybody goes and community laundry there.
Yeah.
I think that's why she was saying that she's having to watch I guess her going down to the door, going into the place and messing with her clothes while they're being washed and or dried.
Okay, all
washing
right.
machine room, and my clothes would be open up. The dryers would be open up. Washing machines would be open up. So I go wash mine across the street. I don't bother this lady. And if my kids are bothering her, I'm gonna keep telling them to stop. And her daughter talks to my daughter. She doesn't know that, but her daughter talks to my daughter. And my daughter asks her daughter, "Why is your mom doing this?"
No.
Because her daughter just got recently taken out of her home. Her daughter actually told my daughter she's an alcoholic. She likes to bother people. She doesn't like black people.
There it is.
Just for me moving in. She acted like I had a cookout and 20 people over here. There was 3 people over here.
I like Miss Ward.
Nothing to this lady. I don't even care about this lady. I don't even say nothing to this lady. I didn't even go to her door or go to her side over there. No one cares for her. I don't care for her.
That's what I was thinking. She's hanging that clothes out on it, but now we find out. So if she's doing that, that's pretty shitty too. But so is this one's kids allegedly throwing.
It sounds like this. Really, just quick take on it. Sounds like Miss Thorne over here has pissed off everyone around her at some point in time.
Even the daughter, apparently too.
Yeah, her own daughter, whom she has kicked out of the residence, is dropping dimes on her to everybody. And I'm not saying she's any of those things that were alleged, but I do feel like she has probably pissed off so many people. You couldn't say who is doing what.
All these claims is all fake. My boyfriend's with me most of the time, and I tried to put in some papers the other day, but I couldn't because I got served late. But I have other witnesses too. I have about 4 declarations for other people.
Okay. When did you get served?
Last week on a Monday.
All right. What day is today?
Monday. The 12th. Today's 13th. This happened yesterday. It's math.
Is the judge wearing a bolo? No, it's just a tie. Never mind. I thought he had like a bolo tie. You know what I'm talking about? One of those.
Badass.
Yeah, he doesn't though. It's just
like a rhinestone cowboy.
I'm just losing vision.
Vision loss.
This is a lamp, by the way. It's a lamp. See? Like right there's the. But I'm not. Is this a hair straightener? Hanging there? No, I can't.
That's a small curling iron for doing her hair. Putting those beautiful little curls in her hair.
Maybe it's growing jalapenos. I don't know.
It's a nice spiral hair dye. Is Judge going to set this back because she just got served?
So, Ms. Thorne, maybe I should have asked this first. I do have the opportunity to give her a chance to respond. She said she was served fairly recently. Which I'll probably do, and then we can just reconvene on the 26th and see what happens. What's your response to one thing that she told me, which kind of caught my attention, was how many times have you called the police on her?
I have called them maybe 3-4 times, but the one I did call once.
You would know how many times you called the law.
neighbors were worried because her daughter was screaming. So I just
Sugar
called the
skull, yeah.
police just to let them know, hey, check in on her, and they did. But when she is saying that the day she moved in, I called the police, I would encourage her to get a copy of that report or that call, because I know for a fact that that whole weekend I was away because it was my daughter's wedding. So I encourage her to, yes, please get the police.
How does she know when she moved in then?
She doesn't, ma'am,
She wasn't there.
you don't need to encourage her to do anything.
Oh, okay.
You can,
I do apologize. So, yeah.
how, and then when did you move in there, Ms. Ward?
About 3 or 4 years ago, and I thought all the police around here know me now because she called so much. There's like 48 police reports.
Oh, wow.
That's more than 3 or 4.
Here's
Yeah.
what we'll do. We'll hang on just a minute, ma'am.
48.
We'll reissue temporary order remains in place. And then we'll just see where we're at. And I'll give you a chance to respond, Ms. Ward. We'll see where we're at in 2 weeks. It'll be in front of me, so you won't need to repeat what you've said thus far.
Okay.
Your
And
Honor.
Ms. Thorne, did you say that
Maureen Loudon, thank you for the 4 bones.
things have been good since the temporary order was entered?
No, it's been good since the police officer came out and talked to her. And then he did go and talk to her, and then he came over to my apartment. He saw the videos, and after he saw the videos of what she was doing that night, that's when he asked for a case number, I guess, from dispatch, and let me know it was going to be forwarded to the prosecutor that there was grounds to look at a violation of the anti-harassment order.
Ooh.
So maybe do you want the case number for that?
No, I don't. I just wanted to know how things were going. I'm not going to tell people how to run their cases. And we'll also see how things go over the next 2 weeks. And we're back on the 26th.
Okay.
I can't wait for this one to come back.
Ms. Ward, you wanted to say something?
Yes, I just have a question. Is it a crime for me to sit on my porch?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Well,
I don't.
the answer is no. But if there's a temporary order in place and you're yelling at people, then yeah, that's a problem. But I don't want to respond to that. I'm just saying, I'm not. Maybe I've said too much already. I'm really not in the advice giving business here. But anyway, to answer your question, no, it's no. But it kind of depends too. Copies of these temporaries will get sent to you. We'll see you all back here on the 26th.
People tortillas.
Thank you.
Well, there we go, Creed.
Wow. Well, that was a fun day. 3 very different cases.
All 3 very contentious. Very a lot of bad blood betwixt everyone involved. Oof.
Thank you guys for hanging out. Great crowd again today for We Got a Case. How old was she? Oh God. Gary, thank you. Tiny Piggy, happy birthday to Heidi. I almost said Wendy for some reason. Heidi, thank you. Julia, welcome, and Maureen Bay. Thank you guys.
That's right. In case you missed it right before we went live, we had a premiere of a update on a case of a couple that have been asked to move. They said their house is full of mold. They've been really giving Judge Simpson a crazy hard time. If you missed that, it premiered right before this. Go back and watch that. And in just about 45 minutes, another premiere will happen over on Creedence and Mikey of Judge Washington dealing with a lady who is, well, she tried to tamper with her tether, Creed, and she tested positive for the alcohol. And,
No, it was just probably just mouthwash. Debbie,
no.
Thank you.
No, Creed. It was hand sanitizer, she says.
Oh, yes, of course it was. Yes, of course.
Deborah Jean makes me feel fine. Burning like the jasmine in my mind. All right, kids.
You might not see it down here, but you're on the caboose.
You're on the tip of my tongue and you're first in my mind. You guys do us a big favor. Stay safe, stay hard, stay tuned. Like the video, subscribe to the videos, because all that support gets us back here tomorrow. Oh, tomorrow is Valentine. Oh my God, I completely forgot.
She's fine. She'll be all right.
Well, that's all right. I sleep alone most nights anyways. You guys take care now. We'll see you on the next one.
maybe for her Valentine's, I'll call Knox and have him personally explain the Valentine's Day massacres.
Oh, educational channel? Yes.